That evening in Istanbul, everything seemed calm. Can Yaman and Sarah Bluma were having dinner at an elegant restaurant overlooking the Bosphorus. Under dim lights and with glasses of wine, they shared an intimate moment, until Demet walked in. She didn't see them. She walked in with a young man, serene, with a kind gaze. No one knew if he was her partner or just a friend, but it didn't matter. Can saw her, and something inside him shattered. From his table, he stared at her silently, unable to look away. Sarah noticed the change in his face immediately. "What's wrong?" she whispered. Can said nothing. He lowered his gaze, swallowed hard, while she noticed how he kept looking at his ex and at the man next to her. Demet sat down calmly, smiled, and ordered wine. She looked radiant. For Sarah, however, everything darkened. "Do you still miss her?" she asked, gritting her teeth. Can denied it, but his eyes betrayed him. The air grew tense. A sudden movement, a spilled glass, silence across the room. Can stood up abruptly. "We're leaving," he said firmly. As they passed by Demet's table, she lifted her eyes. Their gazes met. No words were exchanged, but none were needed. An old bond, broken, but not dead. Can said nothing. He just walked on, without turning back. That night didn't end there. At the hotel, the fight was inevitable. "I can't compete with a ghost," she shouted. "It's not a ghost if it still hurts," replied Can, broken. Tears streaming down, Sarah accused him. "She's always there, even when she's not. And us? Can you just erase it?" Can didn't answer. Memories consumed him. Meanwhile, Demet couldn't sleep either. She made herself an infusion, changed clothes, but Can's face wouldn't leave her mind. She looked at an old photo on her phone, the two of them at the beach, laughing. "I shouldn't have gone back there," she whispered. "Maybe the past isn't as far as we think. Sometimes silence says more than 1,000 words." Did you feel it too? Do you really think that story is over? Subscribe, because here we don't just tell what happens in front of the cameras, but what goes on when no one's watching. Here we blend memories, rumors, and half-truths. Because what matters isn't if it happened, it's what it made you feel. When you look at Demet Özdemir, you don't just see a celebrity. You see a woman who stayed strong in the chaos, who chose silence when others demanded explanations, and who kept moving with dignity while others turned her life into a show. What inspires me most about her isn't her beauty, although she's undeniably beautiful, but her mature, composed way of facing what would break anyone else. What she had with Can is over, but the echo lingers, mostly because of what he's done. While he parades through public flings and scandals, Demet chose a quieter path, and that takes real courage. Some say Can still has feelings for her. Maybe, but love without respect or actions means nothing. He chose his path, full of appearances and bad decisions. She chose not to fight, not to play media games, not to use her past as a weapon. She moved on, building a present with purpose and integrity. That's what I admire.
Many say Demet wants nothing more to do with him. I understand. It's not hate, it's dignity. When a woman is deeply disappointed, she closes the chapter, not because she feels nothing, but because she's learned to value herself above pain. The saddest part, they still try to pit her against Can's current partner as if it's all about rivalry. But the comparison doesn't stand. I'm not just talking about style, I'm talking about integrity. One craves attention, the other earns respect. Some say even Can's mother preferred to approach Demet first. That tiny gesture says a lot. Real affection doesn't fade easily. Respect earned through humility lasts. In this story, Demet is the symbol of maturity. Her worth isn't defined by who she's with, but by how she stays true to herself. She's been misrepresented, judged, yet never retaliated. She doesn't need to. Her silence carries more weight than 1,000 words. I truly believe time will reveal everything. Maybe one day Can will realize what he lost, but by then, Demet will be far ahead, emotionally and spiritually. Some stay trapped in what they lost. Others learn to let go to grow. She's no longer who she once was. She's stronger, more whole, brighter, and that light doesn't come from fame. It comes from living truthfully. Some even blame her. They say she ruined everything, that she extinguished Can, manipulated, destroyed what they had. I wouldn't go that far because every relationship is a two-way street, but I do believe Demet played a significant role in this breakup, not just emotional, but spiritual. She couldn't protect what was real, what truly mattered, or maybe she didn't want to. Now we see her surrounded by new people, new interests, new projects, which yes, are successful, but they don't fulfill. Because professional glory isn't always a sign of personal happiness. And in her eyes, despite the cameras and contracts, I no longer see completeness. I see loneliness. I see distance. I see pride. Maybe with time she'll reflect. Maybe one day she'll look at herself without filters and realize what she lost by trying to maintain an image. Because when you build your life around what others expect, you end up getting lost in the mirror. And I hope it's not too late to recover what she once was. Demet remains a talented actress, a strong figure, but I miss the woman who showed herself without fear, the one who laughed with her heart, not with a script, the one who cried when she needed to. That woman, who now seems asleep, deserves to return, because only from truth are the stories born that are worth telling, and so far, hers remains unfinished.